Last week, you may have noticed that I didn't actually post a workout video that I do every single Thursday. And that is because earlier on of last week, I actually pulled a muscle. Now, I'm okay now, still a little bit sore, but I'm much better than I was. And it was purely my fault because I got up late, so I was rushing my workout and I tried a new exercise, but I lifted a weight heavier than I probably should have as the first time doing the workout. You should always go light to make sure your form's correctly. But I was panicked and I was stressed, I was rushing, so I just picked up my heavy weight. And when I did that, I actually pulled all the intercostal muscles, which are the muscles that are between our ribs. I pulled all of them, I heard a pop, fell to the floor. I was in a lot of pain, couldn't breathe for a couple of seconds, and I still couldn't take a deep breath for a few days after. I'm still in a little bit of pain now, but I'm much better than where I was, and I can work out again now as well. But I just had to take it a little bit easier than I usually do. But I knew, especially being a woman over the age of 40, that the most important thing for me to do was to stop exercise and to actually rest my body. Now, back 20 years ago, I would have just pushed through that pain, but this time I knew I needed to rest, which I found very difficult to do because I'm a person that's always on the go. But I'll go into that a little bit later. And then it made me start thinking how important it is to actually rest our bodies after exercise in general life. And in today's video, I want to explain why it's important for our bodies to have a level of rest. It's because actually our bodies work better while we're resting and after we've rested. If you don't know me, my name is Rachel and I am a wellbeing, wellness and fitness enthusiast. I'm also a qualified fitness instructor and dance teacher and have been for over the last 20 years. And on this channel, I not only like to share some workouts with you, but I like to give you information as well so you can look after your body in the best way possible. So I want to talk about rest and why it's important for us to rest our bodies, especially if you are over the age of 40 and especially if you are a woman over the age of 40 heading towards the perimenopause and menopause stage of your life. So let's get into the video. Without adequate rest, our bodies can feel low mood, a lack of motivation, burnout, fatigue, poor sleep, and even increased injury risk, which I did last week. So when you are not having adequate rest, and that doesn't mean just sleep, even though I've done a video on sleep and I'll link that in the description box below, but actually having rest, those are the things that you could feel. So when we are resting, our body has a chance to repair muscle, especially if you've been working out. So as we work out, our muscles tend to rip, and then that recovery and that rest period actually repairs those muscles to make them bigger, make them more shapely and make them stronger. Rest can also rebuild our strength and it can restore our energy levels as well. Now, let me know if you're the same. Sometimes if you have a lazy day, someone mentioned in my Facebook group that if they are having a lazy day and doing nothing all day, they actually felt more tired. Let me know if you feel the same because I do that as well. But having some rest can actually give you more energy. Rest can also support your immune system, reduce inflammation, and actually help balance your hormones out, which is really important if you're a woman over the age of 40. If we don't take that adequate rest and recovery that we need, our bodies will struggle to do it. It can still do it. It's our bodies are amazing and what they do is absolutely unbelievable, but it will just struggle a little bit more than if you actually rested and gave your body that opportunity to do what it does best. Take care of you. If you're like me, a single mum to a wonderful little boy, you are always on the go, constantly. And if you watch my other channel, Solo Mum to One, you know that I've just moved house, which was very stressful for me as well. So sometimes we don't even recognize that we actually need rest, but our body does give us signs if we pay attention to it. And some of these signs can be constantly feeling tired, sore muscles after working out, longer periods of time, which means they're not recovering. Sometimes when we work out, we do have sore muscles, can last a day or two, but if it's lasting longer than that, it's just showing that our body needs a little bit more rest. You could be feeling irritable, you could be struggling to sleep, you could feel the small aches and pains. I mean, as we get older, we feel them anyway, but you could feel them more so. You may also feel like you have less get up and go and less motivation to actually do any exercise, even though you know it'll be good for you to do and it will help you put you in a better mood. your body just has no motivation to actually do it, which is also showing a sign that you need some more rest. And also, you could be getting ill a little bit more frequent than normal. So if you suffer with colds or anything like that, then you could be getting them a little bit more often than you usually do. And that's just your body saying that you need to have some downtime. Because if you're like me, I like to be productive, I like to be on the go, I like to be doing something all the time. Because actually sometimes, now and again, the most productive thing that you can do for your body and your health is to actually have some rest. But it is actually really, really important that you rest your body when it needs it. Now, when I pulled my muscles at the beginning of last week, it was very painful and my body needed to have that rest. However, I'm a very productive person. I'm a very active person. I'm always doing something, whether I'm actually strength training or I'm just doing a little bit of stretching or I'm going for a nice long walk. And I've done a video on walking. I will link that in the description box below for you as well. I'm always active, always doing something. But when I pulled my muscles, I had no choice to rest and my mind would not shut up on me and I needed to do something. So I still did some kind of activity, but it was active recovery activity. So I was still moving my body very gently, very slowly. I was still resting, but I was still getting out and doing something just to give my mind and my body a little bit of exercise. If you are the same as me and you injure yourself and you're held up and it is driving you insane and you need to do something, one of those best things to do is walking. Walk, a very slow, gentle walk, if you obviously haven't injured your legs or anything, would be really, really good activity to do. I usually wear a weighted vest. I didn't wear a weighted vest all of last week because I hurt my ribs. I didn't want to put the extra pressure on, but I did go for a very slow and very gentle walk. I actually left a little bit earlier than I usually leave for my walk just so I could get it done, but I had to go a little bit slower because it was obviously very painful for me. So if you are someone like me and need to continue to be active, then walking is one of the best things that you can do. This is because it's gentle on your joints, it improves circulation, it reduces stress, it boosts your mood and it supports your recovery as well. Sometimes lying down all day can actually stiffen the muscles. But going for a gentle walk just keeps your circulation going and your body moving. Now, depending where your injury may be, if you're injured or if you've just got an active recovery day, but you've been a little bit tense, you feel like you need to do something, then one other thing you can do is just some gentle stretching, just stretching out those muscles, maybe do a bit of yoga or just do some basic stretches. There's plenty on YouTube. If you'd like me to do a video doing a stretching routine, then do let me know and I'll get that done for you as soon as I can. But doing some light, gentle stretching to help the recovery, to help the muscles, to also make you feel like you've done something. Gentle stretching is also a really good thing to do. Another thing you can do is mobility work, which we should be doing every day or every week at least anyway, because as we get older, we stiffen up generally, just as age takes over, we will stiffen up. So by doing some mobility workouts or mobility exercises can actually keep us more flexible and can keep our joints really healthy. Another good one is to do some yoga. Now, yoga is all at different levels. So you could do yoga or some gentle stretching if you wanted to, but if you want to do a full workout, but just wanted to relax, didn't want to go too heavy, didn't want to make a sweat, then doing some yoga would be really good. You can do 10, 20, 30-minute workouts on YouTube. Plenty there for beginners, intermediate and advanced, just to move your body and to do some gentle stretching. Now, if you are injured, first of all, make sure you consult your doctor first before you do anything and you know your body. I knew that I couldn't do any of the stretching or the yoga or even mobility with the muscles that I pulled. So all I done was walking. So as long as you're not injured, you could do any of those. If you are injured, make sure that you're doing something that is a bit more suitable for you. And the final thing that you could do to help with your active recovery days is to just spend some time in nature, whether that is going for a walk in nature or whether that's sitting down in nature with a good book, if the weather's okay, and just being outdoors in the fresh air, surrounded by nature, is not only good for your physical health, but it's extremely good for your mental health as well. And we also need to rest our mental health, not just our physical body. We need to rest emotionally and mentally. So me moving house and going through the traumatic thing that I went through, which did actually leave quite a lot of trauma, I needed to spend a couple of days just resting, doing things I enjoy, watching something on TV, just relaxing and not worrying about work or not worrying about everything else that was and still is going on, and just spending some time with me, our minds need that rest just as much as our physical bodies do as well. So last week when I pulled all those muscles in between my ribs, it was very, very painful. But how I approached it was, as soon as I pulled those muscles, I stopped. I was able to get in 2 days workout beforehand. So I actually did my upper body. I just wasn't able to do my lower body because I pulled the muscles in between my ribs. So how I approached last week was, as soon as I pulled the muscles, I stopped. That day I did no exercise whatsoever. I just left it because that was the day it was most painful. After that, the next couple of days, I just went for a gentle walk. By the weekend, my muscles weren't feeling as sore, so I just did some light mobility exercises, mainly on the lower body because they were all up here. Using the upper body was still a bit tender and a bit sore. And then on Sunday, I literally did no exercise whatsoever. I just potted around the house, done my usual mum jobs that we need to do, and just actually rested my body. Today, at the beginning of the week, I've woken up, still a little bit tender, but feel like I can start lifting weights again. I've gone a bit lower than I usually do just to make sure that I'm okay, but absolutely fine. So now I'll up the weight, but if at any point it feels like it's twinging or it feels a bit too sore, I will stop and I will lower the weight again until the muscles are fully healed. I'm listening to my body, I'm listening to my muscles, and I'm doing what it's asking me to do rather than push through and go through that pain, because all I will do if I did that was actually pull the muscle more, cause more of an injury, and then I'd be out for even longer. So that's how I approached my week of injury. So to finish off this video, like I said, it's really important for us to rest our bodies physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. We need to rest our bodies. It's going to help us repair muscles, reduce stress, just generally recover everything that we need to do. If you have to go and do extra activity because you feel like actually just sitting down and watching TV is very difficult to do, and you don't want to be scrolling on social media because that's no good for our mental health either, go outside in nature, go for a gentle walk, do some light stretching if you're able to, or just go and spend some time with some friends, phone free, and just have a good time and reconnect with other people. Resting our bodies is extremely important for our overall health and well-being. A wellness journey isn't just about the food that we eat and the exercise that we take. It's about the rest, the recovery, the sleep, the stress. It's about restoring who we are as people. It is just as important as nutrition and movement. Resting our bodies and recovering our bodies is just as important as fueling and moving our bodies. Taking rest is just part of the process. It's all part of our health and well-being journey. And the most important thing you can do is actually to listen to your body. If your body is screaming at you to rest, listen to it, because your body is telling you, it sends you signals of what it needs to do. And once you do listen and you do take that time out and you do rest and you do reconnect with yourself, your friends, nature, whatever it may be for you, you actually might come back even stronger. You might come back with more energy. So I would love to know from you in the comments how you deal with rest days. Do you feel guilty? Because sometimes I feel guilty for having a rest day. I feel like I should be doing something. Do you feel guilty for having a rest day? Do you have rest days, or do you have active recovery days? And if you do, what do you do on those active recovery days? I would love to know in the comment box below. So please feel free to leave any comments. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you like the video, don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos from me. Another workout video will be on its way this week because I'm feeling much better. Let me know if you'd like me to do a stretching routine and a mobility routine workout for you as well, and I will get them done over the next coming weeks. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next video.